Hi, it's Kate and Indy here to tell you a little bit about animal EMDR. Um, we'll get back in a minute. So basically, I'm a human therapist and I do a therapy called EMDR, which is really well researched for trauma. It's been used for many years now. We also use it for other things like phobias, low mood, addiction, sports performance, so really varied. And it's therapy that works on the brain to help people process information and events. And I've just recently done the animal EMDR training, and it's a little bit different to humans, but basically it does seem to work. So any of your animals, cats or dogs, um, I'm more familiar with cats, so I'm going to talk maybe a little bit more about cats. But any of your animals that seem stressed by the environment, that seem, have maybe had something happen like domestic abuse go on in their household, then basically I can come and work with them and see if I could help them a little bit. So, one thing about cats is that they are hypersensitive animals, and one thing that would be really helpful that I'm going to talk you through today is called the state of well-being. And that's just a way of giving them a positive experience and helping them calm down a little bit. And if any of you've got time to do this, well, first of all, it might just help your animals just by doing it, but also it will then help me come in and work with them, and they'll have already been desensitized and be a bit aware of the process to some extent. So that's what I'm hoping you can help me with. And just to tell you a bit more about EMDR and the way the brain works. So we're mammals, so there are similarities in our brains. And if you think about the brain, sort of, you've got two hemispheres of the brain like that, left, right, do slightly different things. And also down the middle of the corpus callosum, that's what helps the hemispheres communicate. So I think EMDR works on the left-right hemispheres, and to get the left-right hemispheres working together, we do what we call bilateral stimulation, which is just kind of tapping the left and the right sides of the body to stimulate the brain. There's also different layers of the brain, if you like. So the base of the brain, more what we call the reptilian brain, that's much more about instinct, reactions, survival. The mammalian brain, so the brain that mammals have, is more about habits, feelings, memories. It's really connected to the amygdala, which is the fear center of the brain, and that's the part we work with in animal EMDR, and I would also say human EMDR. And humans also have the cortex, the front of the brain, which is more about logic, planning and reasoning, but that's not so much what we work with. So by doing animal human EMDR, we can get the brain to communicate better and so process difficult memories and feelings. With animals, we talk a bit more about, rather than trauma, about acquired fears and phobias. So for example, if they've had a bad experience with fireworks going off, if they've been to lots of different homes, if they've been stray for a while, then all of that could mean that they develop a bit of a fear state. And also, if they're not well socialized when they're little, they'll be naturally really hypersensitive, maybe quite wary of humans. So they will be the animals that will be harder to work with. And of course, you get animals in all the time that you don't know much about their background, what's happened to them, their history. And there are specific protocols where we know something's probably happened because they're fearful, but we can still desensitize that.